Welcome to episode 2. Today we're going to build Charmander. We're going to go through a step-by-step process, the same as episode 1 with Bulbasaur. We're going to go through a step-by-step process of how I built it. It won't take too long, and then we'll look at the final build and check out the park and add it to our collection. I hope you enjoy. So, step 1, we basically build up the body. I've added the colour, I've added rotors where the arms will go and where the legs will go. Step 2, obviously, it's Charmander's head. I've built a little rotor at the bottom so it can attach to the body and then it will be able to rotate, so it will be able to basically be able to spin its head 360 degrees. And inside of it is a exhaust to add extra effects that we'll use later on. And yeah, that's it. Let's move on to the next one. Let's make his tail. So step 3, I've made his tail. It's basically loads of sections attached with hinges that allow it to move up and down a little bit, about 15-20 degrees on each one. And at the top there is 5 exhausts that we can use to produce the fire for Charmander's tail. When I attach it to the body, we'll attach it to a rotor so that the tail could turn sideways, and then the up and down becomes side to side movement. Right, let's make the legs or the arms. So step 4, I've made the leg. It's quite simple. The bottom part of it just looks like, little white claws just to add the effect, but the only part on this piece that you can see that moves is the little grey circle. That's a hinge. It's basically acting as a knee, and then at the top, when we mount it onto the body, we'll add a hip rotor so that the leg can swing forwards and backwards, as well as the knee being able to move in and out. If I want to, I could also make the leg move outwards by adding an extra hinge or an extra rotor, but I'm not interested in doing that right now. So step 5, I've made 2 arms. I've basically added a rotor head, that little white circle in the centre that you can see. That's a rotor head, that's where it'll attach to the body. I've just made some placeholder arms, to be honest. I might make them a bit differently later on, but for now they do the job. So I think we'll get these arms, get these legs and attach them to the body, see how they look. Step 6, I've attached everything together, and I think it's quite funny, to be honest with you. I quite like it. It looks a bit strange, but I do like it. It's got a certain quirkiness to him. Yeah, but that's the arms and the legs on. Let's get the tail. And step 7, we've attached the tail. We've attached it via a rotor. You can see it just to the side of the crosshair. So the tail could turn, it can move up and down. We have a bit of control over it. I would definitely say that there's a few more things we could add to this for detailing, but honestly I'm really happy with how this has turned out. And yeah, let's have a look at the finished product. So here we are, back at the theme park. Theme park is kind of an unofficial name for it. If anyone's got any good names for this place, feel free to comment them. But it's changed a little bit since the first video. If you've not checked out the first video, please go check it out. It's about Bulbasaur and the Bulbasaur build. But here we go. So that's Charmander. I'm really happy with this build, really am. I love its tail. Obviously there's every build that I do, for the most part, the legs, the arms, they may be quite simple, but there'll always be like something really unique about them, I hope anyway, and then as I get better at building, better things will come. But I'm really happy with this tail. I think anyone that looks at that, they know for a fact that's Charmander. So let's go add him to the room of holograms and yeah, do the other things that we need to do and check out the upgrades that I've made to the park as well. I think it would be nice to have a quick look at them before we finish the video and wrap up. So here we are back outside. Like I've said before, ideas, please comment them. Any ideas for this park, for this, I don't even know what to call it, for what I'm doing. If you've got any good ideas, please let me know. This is the new area that I've added. It's basically like a small garden, rocky sort of area. Oh, I can't jump that gap. It's okay, we have a jetpack. So we'll fly over here. It is supposed to look like a Pokemon themed map from above, but when you're just walking around it often doesn't quite work. But I've made a little garden area here and I've added Bulbasaur in. As time goes on and we make more Pokemon, we'll try and create more scenery. Again, the ideas, they come slowly, so please comment and give your feedback. Anything would help. It's quite a bland park for the most part, but let's go check out the holograms. Right, just got back across here. Let's go into the hologram room and add Charmander to our collection. I'm trying to set it out as it kind of looks on the posters. Used to have a poster when I was younger, and that's kind of like the layout that I wanted to go with, but it looks a little bit backwards because I'm building them all facing me. So here's Bulbasaur, which means this will be Ivysaur, Venusaur, and I believe this is where Charmander will go. So let's get that hooked up and get Charmander added to the collection. And there he is, added to our collection. The second Pokemon that we've added, and hopefully we'll just keep adding more. Right, I think that's about it for this video. If you've stayed around for the whole thing, thank you, and I hope you've really enjoyed it. Please consider liking and subscribing, but most of all, please comment if you've got any ideas of things that you'd like to see added to my park. Also, ideas to name the park, because I feel like Pokemon theme park thing, it just doesn't quite roll off the tongue. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and next time I think we'll be building Squirtle, and I'll catch you then. Take care. Goodbye.